Hey everybody. So we are out here cleaning up some stuff and all that, and I wanted to touch on a debate that we've talked about before. Leaves as mulch. I love using leaves as mulch. It's what we always do. The purpose of mulch, no matter what the mulch is to smother out weeds and to hold in moisture. That's its job. Of course, things, like the pretty brown and red and black mulches also kind of make the place look better. But we are just trying to hold in moisture and smother out weeds. And as you can see, all of our beds have leaves. And they have had a very thick layer of leaves. We moved in here in 2019 in May. So that fall, we started piling leaves up in flower beds. Yep, this all was grass when we moved in. There was no flower beds. There was all grass, every bit of it. So we have done a lot of work. We have been trying to improve soil where flower beds are and stuff. But here is why I'm touching on the age-old debate of leaves as mulch. It doesn't matter what your mulch is. You can't just keep adding and adding and adding and adding. At some point, you've got to remove the old and start over. So the first year we did this flower bed, we put down the pine bark mulch. It was just a thin layer because we didn't have a lot. And there was no plants in here, so I put down bags and put down the mulch. And, we have since added all these plants and things. But this has been 3 years of blowing the leaves. Guys, what do y'all see? Let me just remind you of how many trees we have. So this has been 3 years of blowing leaves into this flower bed here. So I figured it was about time to get in here and start raking out some of the leaves and let everything start breathing again. So we'll go back and blow leaves back in here again. And I'll put down a thin layer of stuff in here, but the old pine bark mulch is still in here. And there are still some leaves in here, so the job is being done still. But my mulch had gotten to where it was as tall as these rocks are. And as you can see, the plants are lower than the tall rocks. So the thing is, it's just like mulching trees. You don't want a volcano mulch. You don't want to pile it up against the base of the plant. It houses moisture for mold, rot. It houses insects against the plant. It smothers the crown of your plants. So yeah, you have to come back through and at least pull it away from the plants every so often. Leaves do not kill your plants any more than any other bark does. Any other mulch does. If you keep piling it directly against the crown of your plant, guess what? Your plant is recognized like a weed. It's going to smother it out eventually because there's no air getting to it, no sunlight getting to it. So, age-old debate, leaves as mulch. So this is what's left of 3 years worth of leaves. We are still moving them. We've already moved some. So what are we doing with these leaves? Well, let me show you. And while I do that, let me show you some more of our plants. Like I said, all of this was not here when we bought this property. And some of it has grown. This right here was a 1-gallon nursery pot when I planted it. This silver stuff, it's taking over. It's Artemisia, Powys Castle, of course. And it's just spreading. The original plant was right there in that dead spot. So everywhere it has laid down, it has kind of rooted again. And I'm okay with this. It is so pretty with stuff growing up out of it. Love it, love it, love it. My carnations, I grew those from seed 2 years ago. Strawberries, more irises and more strawberries on the other side. And I know y'all are going, why not get that weed out of your beds? Because that's not a weed, guys. Y'all see this? This is chicory. This is going to be a little blue bloom. And that root is excellent for coffee and stuff. And then we've got comfrey down here and all the blueberries. Y'all, we're going to have a harvest this year. I want y'all to see this. Look at that. Everywhere I go, we have blueberries. All of these plants have blueberries. We have not had a good harvest the past years because of late frosts and stuff. I want y'all to see, look at this. We're gonna have a decent harvest this year. Could it be better? Yeah, I'm sure it could. Y'all can tell that this bed does not have a lot of mulch in it. But look here, we're putting new in it. So yeah, this is where I'm putting all the leaves because this bed is only, see, when did I plant all this? Was it last summer or the summer before? Might have been the summer before. So it is a 1.5 years old, coming up on 2 years. I think I was planting them in August, September. It might have been October when I was planting them still. I remember doing a video on it for you guys. So you can go back in the video history and find it. But yeah, this bed has not had a lot of mulch because there's a fence right there. And this doesn't get a lot of leaves in this area because it's just one tree. So we put what we can in there, but it doesn't get a lot. This is my new chicory patch. So my bed's gonna come this way and come over to the sidewalk here. I planted, unfortunately I'm gonna have to move it, but there's an aronia in there. And then my 2 goji plants. Got one right there and one right there. And we have been working on edging the sidewalk and all that stuff today. But that's what we have done with leaves. We are putting them in plants and stuff. So yeah, this is I can't remember if it's an apricot or a nectarine. It was going to have some pretty fruit on it, but then I snagged it with the tractor the other day and about tore it up. But look here. This is the peach tree. So there are peaches on this tree. And it is kind of loaded with them. This is another one. So that one, the graft itself died. So I do not know what the base tree is. This one is I can't remember now. The most common peach tree you can purchase though. But look at this. Do y'all see that? We may have peaches this year. So far we have not sprayed them with anything, but we will see. Now this peach tree is one that I grew from seed. So this is a 3-year-old seedling. And it is about as tall as I am now. And you can tell it's short compared to the rest of them. Okay. And then what else do we have? Well, we have fig. So it's starting to take off. We have 2 more figs over here, but they are not doing well. They may not make it. We will see. That one's not doing good either. So we'll just have to see. This is Summer Prince, I think. And it's another peach. Now this is its 2nd year. We planted that last summer. And then this one is July Prince, I think. And one blooms earlier than the other. So they're supposed to extend your peach harvest. All right, let's go over here and show you what else we got. Poor tree that got struck by lightning last year. We're going to have to get a tree guy out here because we got a power line right there and a fence and another power line. So we're going to have a tree company come and cut that one down because it is dead. It got struck and it got struck good. All right, let's come over here and show you what we got over here. So, I don't know if y'all know me or not, but I love my blueberries. And we got tons of blueberries. But we also have plums. So we planted this one. And it is a Santa Rosa. But guys, these things are everywhere. They're everywhere. There's another one. That's 2 on that tree that I can see. I looked, oh, there's another one. There's 3. I had a little bitty hydrangea and it had 15 on them. This is what else I'm doing with the leaves. Bringing them up here because we planted blueberries out here in the sunshine. And let me show you this. These are not very big blueberries, but look at them. So they are turning before they, this is probably the bush letting them go. I probably ought to just pick these off and let them go, but we'll leave them be and see what happens with them. But there's another, and another, and another. So we have several varieties. I think this one is Premier. This one is Premier also. This one is probably Powder Blue. This one is Powder Blue. Brightwell. I don't remember what this one is in here. Let me pull back some of this mulch and find the label, unless the label blew away. This is one of those Southern Living ones, I believe. Hang on, guys. There it is. Sunshine Blue. So, I had to write all these down. In fact, that's actually kind of what I'm doing. I'm recording the names as I go here. This one is Brightwell. And then Premier, Brightwell, Climax. This one did not make it. It died. I'm leaving it here in case it comes back. But it was a Southern Living one called Blueberry, for heaven's sake, I think. Yeah, so I'm hoping that one puts up some shoots, that the top is all that died. But we'll find out. But anyway, I'm going to keep on putting leaves up here around these as mulch. I need to be putting feed sacks down, but I have not. Right now I'm just trying to get the weeds suppressed a little, and I don't have time to go all the way to the barn and get feed sacks, because I've got them. It's just the time of going over there and removing the strings and all that stuff. So, let me take you up here and let you see what we got going on up here. I got some more pruning to do, because these muscadines are putting on a ton of new growth, and we want to keep them pruned up. Look at that. All that new growth. So I'm about to prune that again because it's starting to look bad. These may get pruned better next year. We'll see. So the first ones we planted 2 years ago, and these 2 we planted this past year. So they are still working. As you can see, I've got a lot at the base here I've got to trim, but this one is starting to train the way I want it. Now, some of it died out while I was pruning, but you know grapes, they will put back out. Same on this side, it died out. But look at all the new growth since it's been pruned. All that at the base though, I got to prune that up. This one over here is doing excellent though. This one is just doing excellent. Again, got to prune the base, but I've got it going both ways. And I got it going both ways up here, so it's doing very well. Those are looking good. But then we have all the apples. So the apples are putting out new leaves. We've got 5 in this row. The same 5 that we planted, was it 2 years ago? And they are doing pretty good now. So hopefully we'll start seeing some good growth out of them and some apples soon. In the meantime, since I work at Tractor Supply, I bought more apples. We have 3 more apple trees up here. So, yeah, we've got a lot of things going on. Yep. And if you will, I'll take you around and show you some more. But you got to hold on for me. me show you what we did here though. I am bad about wanting to put stuff on fence lines, so we have some more thornless blackberry varieties on the fence line. There's one there, there's one there, one there, one there. I can't remember if there was one down here or not. It starts getting really shady down here though, so there probably isn't. And then that way, down that way, is all flower bed and stuff. All right, y'all, I'm gonna pause, be right back. Hey, Gypsy. So Gypsy is recovering. We're still keeping our fingers crossed on her, but she is recovering. All right, so this overgrown mess over here, well, we've got some more of the artemisia, but all that way, all this is grapes, not grapes, muscadines that I was supposed to get planted, and they are growing out of pots. I'm gonna have to cut them all and then put them in the ground because they've been growing in the pots for over a year now, and they have took over the fence. But all that down there is elderberries, and it goes around behind the greenhouse. So elderberry season is about to begin. I noticed a couple of blooms on the one in the front yard, so hopefully soon we will have blueberries. My hostas trying to get it going. Sweet shrub, guys. How many of you have seen sweet shrubs? Let me show you this bloom. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love it. Love my sweet shrubs. My knockouts, they are going crazy. Just the start of the season. These 3 pink roses, I grew from cuttings. Yep, cuttings. So I'm pretty proud of them. All right, here is the master iris bed. We will have some for sale this year. So I'm going to do a video pretty much where I show all the pictures of the individual iris varieties. And I will put which ones we have for sale and how much of each one we have. There are some that are still blooming, as you can see through here. I was very surprised to see bloom still. This one here is Silgris de Poulet or something like that. I can't remember. Center line, still going good. That one is about to bloom like nobody's business. I can't remember what the name of it is right now. It's, I can't remember. It's one of the sun ones. So I'll have to go back and look that up. Oh, that one's Schoolboy Heart is about to open a new bloom. So, yeah. That one is just gorgeous. We got several still blooming in here. Candy coating. Wonders Never Cease, I think is that one on the ground. Senor Jinx is that one back there. I got to come through here, pull some weeds, all that good stuff, give them a little fertilizer. Something that you should know if you like to raise irises. You see all these bloom heads, the spent bloom heads? You need to cut them off, because what happens is they produce a seed, and those seeds will grow, and those seeds will eventually take over your iris bed. I know, right? You ever wondered why all your irises turned white? It's because the seed dropped, mixed up, parentage basically, and you end up with new hybrids, or it reverts back to the parents. So yeah, this right here, if you do not want seed, you need to cut that off down to the ground. Because more than likely, I have some pollination going on in here. And we don't want pollination, so we will get all those cut down, and I don't want to lose what I have. If I see some that I might want to save, I'll watch them, and I will not let the seed drop on the ground, but I will grow it somewhere else until I see what it does. And who knows, I may create a variety one day. We'll see. But yeah. All the blackberries over here are doing well too. We put all them on the fence line as well. And they are starting to take off. So hopefully we'll have a blackberry harvest this year. Look here, guys. I got seed started. I mean, bloom started. That one's blooming, and the one up there is blooming. So, hey, Misty. Kitty, kitty. Meow. So, I don't know if anybody remembers me talking about the cat losing hair. Well, we put her outside, and she is doing much better. Her hair is growing back and everything. She has lost some weight, but that's okay. She's moving around a lot more than she used to. But she is a happy kitty now. So she is doing great. Oh, sister. Sister, you're going to get your tail whooped. Alright, guys. Well, that's mostly all I wanted to show you for now. Rosa Sharon's. Miniature knockouts. Daylilies. That's kind of like a compost bed. It's all the weeds that I've been putting in. Yep. I got to plant this one around the mailbox. And I don't know where I'm going to put this rose yet. I'm probably going to put it right there, actually. I cannot remember what I said the name of this one was, but it is beautiful. Love it. Queen Heart. My hibiscus perennial is coming back out, and I have another snowball that I've got to get planted. This is also a fig tree that may or may not come back. Still trying to see what it's going to do. Cinnamon Girl, spiderworts, peonies. There's some ginger in there. Amaryllis. My elephant ears are starting up. And guys, I don't know if you know, but every so often you've got to revamp your beds. So when we planted this, all of these knockouts were in 1 gallon pots. Like I said, that was in 2019. And those elephant ears, there was 3 bulbs. And they are encroaching on each other's territory now. So I think I'm going to move the elephant ears to a new spot, even though I really like where they are. Because the way we did this bed is it's actually got a divider from the bed to the knockouts. There's a wooden line back there. And they are in the corner of this bed. And that other iris is in the corner of that bed. Not iris, that other knockout is in the corner of that bed. So, yeah. I'm going to have to do some pulling and thinning and redoing. And we have to do that as plants grow. So, maybe this year I'll make something out of this bed. Maybe. We'll see. Because again, all this was to start with was grass. There was grass here with a sidewalk and more grass. None of that fencing was there. We put all that in place. Look here, guys. My Easter lilies are finally trying to bloom. It's not Easter anymore, guys, but I appreciate your effort. Coreopsis. This is going to be beautiful when it blooms. These are those Asiatic lilies with a daylily in the pot. But guys, that's really all I wanted to do today. I wanted to talk about mulch. Any mulch is acceptable, but you cannot bury the crown or you will lose your plant. It doesn't matter if you bury it with pine nuggets. It's still going to rot out the crown, basically. So we use more of a natural material that's found in my area specifically. We use the leaves off of all my trees, and it is improving the dirt that we have and making our plants just jump and thrive. So if you have any doubts about using leaves, take a look, because everything is thriving. All right, guys, y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all later.